Yours
live.
looks so much prettier.
This is from Bozeman, Montana.
Yeah, so I have Brian Metzger here with me. I'm finally here in snowy Bozeman, Montana, and I promised you guys that I would bring you live with me and give you a chance to meet him. In my post, just at the top of this Facebook Live, I told you guys that Santa's here. He's Santa Claus. He's going to tell you about this contest he's running. Okay, before I start, though, I just have to say I'm really bad at interrupting people during these live interviews, so I'm going to try not to interrupt you, okay?
This is also being streamed live in the closed Facebook group we have for the company that I run, and it's also the software. So we have here. So we have just a little quick thing to do first is we wanted to make sure that we have the right audience, right?
Yes.
So I think one of the things is that if you've seen the growth of Amazon...
I know. How do we get it? My phone isn't far enough away, but I'm afraid if we're too far away that you won't hear him.
Right.
Can you guys let me know if you can hear Brian okay, or if he needs to speak up?
Yeah. We can speak up.
Okay. Go
So,
ahead.
I mean, the thing is that you've seen how Amazon and others have just grown the e-commerce space and all the things that they have done to transform how we shop online. I mean, in fact, even the launch of the drone and technology to deliver packages, it's really transforming. It's amazing how it's transforming. The other thing that you've seen is how entrepreneurs have taken advantage of the platform and leveraged Amazon to really build their business. But it's really not even just Amazon. It's any type of e-commerce activity or just being online. That is the revolution. Oh, I hope it's got stabilization there. So I think the key thing is if you've seen that,
I'll take it.
and you've seen the rise of that, and you've also seen how entrepreneurs have taken advantage of that, then the question is, you've probably seen the ideas that people have come up with, and I know that I've come up with ideas. Have you thought of ideas?
I have a whole journal full.
Oh, yeah. So you have that
I'm
same...
the big idea girl.
Yeah. I have journals of ideas as well to implement. So the thing is that you see people that are actually taking action, and they're taking advantage, and they're seeing this opportunity, and they're actually moving forward with their idea. I think that's what's exciting. So we've seen Amazon, we've seen entrepreneurs, and we've seen people just take these crazy ideas. I mean, there's people that are selling potatoes with messages on them and using the internet to send.
Okay, people are selling horse manure too. Did you know that?
Yep. Yeah, I've seen some crazy ideas. It's really just Wild West when it comes to that. So I think the question for you is, are you ready to join them? And that's really what we want to do. So we're putting down a contest to invite people to win an opportunity to get in what I call an academy, but it's really 12 weeks of really special coaching. It's not only going to be part of the Empoweredecom contest, the Empoweredecom platform, but it's going to go into systems and strategies that are, I think, necessary to build a long-term business and an asset, something that potentially you could sell down the road. I think there's always that perspective you want to put into place when you build a business is what we call an exit strategy.
Right.
All right, so I think that's really what we want.
There are people that are actually doing this with your e-commerce sites, right? That are planning on that long-term exit strategy.
Yeah, I think the key thing is that when you build an asset, one of the key things that is your asset is your customers. I think no matter how you're building it, it's the customers that really are the asset, because it's not the file cabinets, it's not the tables, it's not the chairs, it's not even the website, but it's really that relationship you have with the customers and the loyalty that you can build with them. And I think that's the key thing in this space right now that you really have to understand. You can tactically sell things without having that type of relationship, but for a long-term business, you need to build that relationship so that you get repeat buyers, and maybe they buy some additional stuff from you. And I think that's the key thing as part of this coaching, is to give people the sort of the systems as well as what I think are good business models that they can follow, where they can build what I think is a long-term business. And it's not even just e-commerce, but there's really people out there that have put together a really nice methodology to what is a good online business. And it's not just selling on Facebook or whatever. It's actually just a real core thing. And so these principles are going to be part of the Empoweredecom coaching program. that I'm excited to launch. So,
Hey, Brian, tell us a little bit about you, because a lot of my friends don't even know who you are. So can you give us a little bit of history?
yeah. Well, when you're up here in Montana, sometimes you can be part of it. But I actually started my career in Silicon Valley, and I was in part of the semiconductor industry, and I was there for a while, and I actually saw the beginning of Google. I remember going into a friend's office, and he introduced me to Google. This was like 1999. It was just, it was crazy.
I was
there.
already a beta tester for Gmail at that time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the transformation of from Yahoo and all that stuff to the transformation of Google, and then I saw Google public offering. They were just up the road in Mountain View, and I got Google MV. I went to one of their parties, and I saw that. Here I am in a cyclical industry, and I saw how the internet was growing. And it was just part of that, so I really wanted to get involved in that. So I did join. I had a friend that had started it in 2000. And so I joined 5 years later. I started consulting him. I was helping him with some of his business systems. And then I just said, you know what? Instead of just consulting, I want to get involved in that. So I've been part of the internet retail business space since 2005. So over 11 years. Can you believe that?
That's crazy. That's awesome.
I've seen the trend now, especially the maturation of e-commerce, but also how more people are getting involved. I think what's happening is the barrier to entry is dropping, and more people are able to set up a store. But now that's not even really the issue. Sometimes there's other problems that can happen, and so those are things that we want to cover in the type of coaching so that you can be ready for building an e-commerce business that can last. But it's even beyond that. It's what do you want to sell, and I think that's sort of the part of it. It's not just trinkets and stuff, but it's really core to your passion, your knowledge, and the idea is to be able to monetize that. I think that's the key thing. But anyway, I don't want to spoil the fun. I really just want to invite you guys to the contest. There's a link. Let's see. I'm going to be able to do something here, right?
I think so.
I'm
just gonna do something.
I'm going to paste a link to the contest.
And I already
in the group.
Okay, cool.
And then you did it over there.
I already posted it on my live stream. So if you guys are interested in joining the contest that Brian has graciously agreed to run, because it was kind of my idea, and I was like, we need to do this, and then he was like, yeah, sure, okay. Anyway,
no problem.
If you want to, the link is in the post, so make sure that you spread the word, because the more you tell your friends and don't just tell anybody, like make sure it's somebody who's qualified, who actually would really benefit from something like this, because when you share that with people who really would appreciate this kind of an opportunity, then what happens is you get more entries into the drawing.
Yeah, we're using something that's actually really nice. It's contest domination. It's actually, this is the first contest I'm running with it. I'm pretty excited to see it in action. And really, it's also an invitation. We're also going to do another live event, live stream. And I want to go over, with 11 years in this space, there's definitely mistakes that I've made and that I want to share with you. But I think with that is a lot of things that are incorporated in the Empoweredecom are really there to help make you successful now. Because I think if you just try to do e-commerce and try to compete with Amazon, just going the traditional route, good luck. You're going to end up like Borders, or you're going to end up with, you need to be different. And that's really what we tried to put into Empoweredecom, is to be able to do that, is to try to differentiate yourself and really, really build this business that it's not even that it's something that you completely enjoy. I mean, that's what I think is so exciting, is when you build something that's really taking advantage of stuff you're doing anyway, in terms of your interest and your passion and your hobby or whatever. So I think having a business in general, there's so many tax advantages too. I mean, it's just something that an internet business, now you don't have the capital output that you have in like a regular traditional business. You can really get started without putting out humongous amount of money. So that's what I think is pretty exciting about the internet business model, and why I'm a part of it, why you're a part of it, and why we're inviting you to also be a part of it.
Yeah, awesome.
So I'm really excited for...
Do you guys have any questions before we wrap up? I mean, you probably have a few more things you want to throw. I don't know if you do or not.
I think really just for Thursday night in the group, so I think, especially since this is on your page, to invite people if they haven't joined the group, because we're going to do this from the group. And I really want to cover what I think. We talked about this last night. I think it was really amazing, tying in what I think are the 3 biggest mistakes that you can make if you get started on the wrong foot. And so I really want to I just want to share those with you, because I want, at minimum, they'll make you think about if you're in e-commerce, or if you're doing or thinking about starting e-commerce, at least listen to the 3 mistakes that we made, and how you don't have to make the same mistakes. I think that's really important. So I want to share that. Just give that out there. So I think that's very valuable.
So we're going to do that Thursday. And for those of you that are already in the group, you don't need to be reminded to join the group because you're already here. But for those of you that are watching this on my page, if you're interested, just go up to your little search bar on Facebook and type in Empoweredecom, and you can join the group. We'll make sure that we'll get you added in there so that you don't miss out on that.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah,
Anything else?
No, I think I might also cover some of the limitations of the current platforms out there. They're out there. There's not a single solution, right? It just depends on what you want to do with your e-commerce business. And so once you have that, but I think the value that we can provide, with what we're offering, definitely makes it competitive with the other solutions that are currently out there. That's, of course, a biased opinion, but we're really going to deliver. That's for sure.
Yeah. So this is really just an opportunity for us to tell you, join the group, get in on this contest, and then Thursday we're going to go ahead and we're going to invite how many people? 10? 11?
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, we're just going to do, I mean, the thing is that I want to really be more hands-on, and so this is an opportunity to do a coaching program. So we're also, as part of the software platform, it's not just the platform, but it's also the training that goes on part of that. So some people can just offer training, but they don't offer the software, and some people have software, but then their training is not necessarily hands-on.
Right.
And so here you get the best of both. You get not only a software platform, but then you also get direct access and great training.
Right. Yes.
And to get you started step by step.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really going to be part of this stuff we're doing in 2017 is to really take people step by step to get to start selling. I think that's what's really exciting when you get that first order. So
yeah.
And not only that, there's some
Super
other
exciting.
advantages too. So that'll be part of the people that are part of the 12-week program. They're not only going to see just all the software that they're going to get and all the strategies that are part of that, but it's just going to be something that finally I can make this into something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you're helping me make it happen.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan, I just saw your question. Brian, question. I'll let you answer it.
Oh.
Where are we in Montana?
In Montana, Bozeman. We're actually,
Super.
yeah, it's a college town. So Montana State University, Bozeman. It's actually warm, but we're going to get more snow, and
It's
it was
not
freezing
warm.
for a little bit. Well, it
It's
just
not
depends on
warm.
what you think.
It's not warm.
30
There's
below.
there's like
last
12
weekend.
inches of snow outside.
No,
Well, like 8. There's a lot of snow
there's
outside.
more coming. We get
But
like
you know
5
what?
feet.
It actually is a lot warmer than it was when I was in
People
Seattle.
come here to ski. This is like, this is where you want to play. You have an internet
If you
business, you,
do,
can work all
yeah.
over the world, but then you can 15 minutes to Ski Hill.
I'm going to
it's
ski
definitely
home after this video.
Yeah.
Anyway, family in Chester, if you've ever heard of it.
I haven't heard of it.
No.
Chester. I wonder if that's
All right,
East Montana. Sounds like something like that. So north. So it could be. There's Havre. I've been all over this state. It's a really cool state.
All right, so awesome. Well, I'm going to jump off because I have a call I have to jump on, but thanks for hanging out with
Central.
us. And
That's around Havre, up above Great Falls, maybe.
somebody says I'm in Barcelona.
Barcelona. That's
Samira.
awesome.
Awesome, yeah. Really
Well,
cool.
welcome.
Wow, yeah. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
And I see John McCulloch, Paul Rudy, and Cooper Sterner here. All of you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. I know, Paul, you just launched a blog, so I was talking to you about this a couple days ago. So I'm really excited to see how you potentially monetize your manly blog that you have up and going. And Cooper, I know you're working on some stuff too. So I am really excited to see how you guys take advantage of this.
Oh, and the thing is that with e-commerce business, you can work it anywhere, and you can actually be in all
Exactly.
different parts of the country. That's what's amazing. And one of the things about Empoweredecom is that we're leveraging the international expansion of
Hi,
some
Melissa.
of the large retailers.
Sorry, I had
So we're
to
just
say hi to
following in the
Melissa.
footsteps for that. So it's going to be exciting. I'm really
Yeah.
excited. So
Yeah.
enter the contest. You can share it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
definitely.
free to enter.
Melissa, this question is for you, Melissa Nunes. How cold is it in Chicago right now? And is it as cold and snowy as it is here in Bozeman, Montana?
Maybe colder.
And when are you going to come to Arizona? Because I'll be there in just a few weeks. Anyway, where it's warm and sunny. What did I say, Arizona? Mesa, Arizona, yeah. Anyway, I'm excited for you guys. So for me, just real quickly before we disconnect, I also want to say that for me, one of the biggest frustrations I've had with just like launching any type of online product that I've had in the past has been finding like one solution where I can do it all in one place. And like I'm not technological, so I'm not savvy with technological. I can't even hold these phones the right way. I need gadget arms.
No, I think actually that's one thing I want to say is that I actually did a video when I shared that video, case study of somebody who's they're just doing it. And that's the thing is that it should do two things. One, it should inspire you, but it also should say, you know, why am I not doing it myself? So when I put that together and I shared it with you, you were like, I needed to be doing this. And so actually just, I'm going to post that little video in the group because I really did it on my phone. I just sort of Snapchat this together, but I downloaded it and it really shows step by step what they did, and it shows you how you could do that too. But that's just one example. I think the thing is that as I built this software platform, the key question for me was, who really is my target market? I mean, it's like when you build something, it's so big, you start to wonder, who do we really want to approach first? I mean, that was really the key question. I mean, I could go anywhere in the country. I could go after bloggers, people that are doing Etsy, people that have another type of business.
And he picked you guys, my friends, instead.
Yeah. Well, you probably helped because I was really just like, where do I want to begin? Do I want to go? I was like, do I really want to help people in India? I mean, that's still in my heart too. Like all these countries that can be part of this. And India is just a rapidly expanding e-commerce country. So, and Amazon's investing a ton of money. They really want to dominate there. So Empoweredecom is going to make that happen. That's just really one market that I thought, do I want to do that? But then I think bloggers, there's a lot of people that are blogging and they've set all this stuff up and then they're not making anything from it. They need a store component because to make money you need to be selling something. And so we work well with that, with the blogging thing. And then there was network marketers because they're looking for leads online. So then I really feel for people because those are entrepreneurs too and how I can help them. But they're all three different type of markets. And so then I'm like, okay, which one do I really want to go after first? And I think it's really, for me, just like with you, when I talk with you about it and you're like, I really want to do this. It's something I've always wanted to do. And she's got an interest. And
I have an interest, yeah.
And so I said, you have this ideas in your head. You've got all this knowledge. And the thing is, if people are asking you about these ideas, in some ways, we used to say, if they're picking your brain, they're picking your pocket. I mean, this is stuff that you can take advantage of and you can monetize. And you can also offer it for free. But there's also people that are expertise. I have a friend that's an expertise at square foot gardening. And I'm like, you know how to do this. Neighbors are going down to the street and they're looking at his garden and they're like, how do you do this? What are the plants you buy? What's the soil? And I'm like, he has all this information. And he's already doing it. So I said, just start taking videos and documenting your step-by-step, and you can productize it. That's just one example. And there's just, everyone has these type of hobbies, interests, and so that's my goal, is to try to get more people to be able to take that interest and to potentially build it into a business.
Yeah.
Cash in on your passion.
Cash in on your passion.
That's actually Gary Vaynerchuk says that in the book Crushing It. But I really like that book. That's great.
Dan, yeah, that's it. And Samira, cool. Yeah, that's what you love about your online business. I think that you're talking about mobility and being able to work anywhere you want, which is why I'm here in Bozeman.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. I can work anywhere that I want to work.
The digital nomad.
Yeah, the digital nomad, exactly.
It's actually because there's some freedom to being able to, I mean, you're still working, I mean, there's still commerce happening, but to be able to do it anywhere
to be able to do it at the Seattle Washington airport when the intercom is going up over your head every 20 seconds, that's something special.
Yeah, I think what I like is the fact that after I do it once, after I do the work, it's there and it's on the internet. It's what I call it's my army of products and pages that are working for me when I'm sleeping. And if you get sales, you get sales. It's great.
Awesome.
So,
all right, guys, we got to get out of here.
Yeah,
but
we
thanks
gotta.
for hanging out with us. And if you guys have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments, and we'll follow up with you, even if the video is not live. All right?
yeah.
All right.
All right.
See you
Here we
later.
go. It's going to be fun.